Hi, my name's Wendy. When I originally came to YouTube in December of 2006, I was looking for people who had survived the death of their child as I had. Um, what I found were a lot of people who were blaming other people for the death of a child, but no one actually spoke about the pain and torment and harsh reality of losing a child. So my intent coming here was to do just that. It took me a while. I got sidetracked, but I think I'm finally where I need to be and able to do the video that I need to do. Let's start from the beginning. My son Marshall was killed in June of 2000. He was hit a week before he was killed. He was hit by a woman who didn't see him stopped at a stoplight on his bike. He got up, got back on the bike, and he was fine. Insurance company looked at the bike, said there wasn't any major damage. Well, a week to the day later, he was out riding the bike and went to turn a corner, and the bike just kind of fell apart on him. He was thrown into a utility pole and killed. I'm still not ready to go through the hospital part, but we'll get to that in good time. In the meantime, there are so many things that people have no idea what happens when you lose a child. They say when you lose a child, you lose your future. There is no name for a parent who has lost a child. A husband has lost a wife is a widower. A wife has lost a husband is a widow. If you've lost siblings, or if you've lost your parents, you're an orphan. But there is nothing to describe the loss of a child, and now I know why. Right after you lose a child, you're still kind of numb, and everybody is still there for you and wants to be sure you're okay. As time goes on, people start to back away from you, and the calls stop, the friends stop coming by, and eventually you're left on your own to face the real death all over again. It's like having to go through the loss twice, because you first have to go through it with everybody else, and then little by little you have to go through it on your own. When I was in nursing school, I took a course with Helen Kubler-Ross called Death and Dying, and it talked about the 5 stages of grief. And those stages, even when you lose a child, you go through those stages. But nobody told me that those stages wouldn't be in order. They wouldn't come exactly as I had learned them, and there would be days when they would all hit me at one time. You'd be surprised. There are so many emotions caught up in losing a child. Mary McCleckley of Lawrenceville, Georgia, wrote a poem for her son Jack, and after my son Marshall died, I revised the poem to include some of the feelings I had. It's called Please. Please don't ask us if we are over it yet. We'll never be over it. A part of us has died with our child. Don't tell us they're in a better place. They are not here with us, where they belong. Don't say at least they are not suffering. We haven't come to terms with why they suffered at all. Don't tell us at least we have other children. Which one of your children would you choose to have sacrificed? Don't ask us if we feel better. Bereavement isn't a condition that clears up. Don't force your beliefs on us. Not all of us have the same faith. Don't tell us at least we had our children for so many years. What year would you choose for your child to die? Don't tell us God never gives us more than we can bear. Right now, we don't feel we can handle anything else. Don't avoid us. We don't have a contagious disease, just unbearable pain. Don't tell us you know how we feel unless you have lost a child. No other loss can compare to losing a child. It's not the natural order of things. Don't take our anger personally. We don't know who we are angry at or why, and lash out at those closest to us. Don't whisper behind our backs when we enter a room. We are in pain, but not deaf. Don't stop calling us after the initial loss. Our grief does not stop there, and we need to know others are thinking of us. Don't be offended when we don't return calls right away. We take each moment as it comes, and some are worse than others. Don't tell us to get on with our lives. We each grieve differently and in our own time frame. Grief cannot be governed by any clock or calendar. Do say you're sorry. We're sorry too. And you saying that you share our sorrow is far better than saying any of those old tired cliches you really don't mean anyway. Just say you're sorry. Do put your arms around us and hold us. We need your strength to get us through each day. Do say you remember our child if you do. Memories are all we have left, and we cherish them. Do let us talk about our child. Our child lived and still lives in our hearts forever. Do mention our child's name. It will not make us sad or hurt our feelings. Do let us cry. Crying is an important part of the grief process. Cry with us if you want to. Do remember us on special dates. Our child's birth date, death date, and holidays are a very lonely and difficult time for us without our child. Do send us cards, and on those dates, saying you remember our child. We do. Do show our family that you care. Sometimes we forget to do that in our own pain. Do be thankful for your children. Nothing hurts us worse than seeing other people in pain. In the weeks to come, I'd like to come out and say what I've been feeling since the loss of my child. Hopefully, something I say will touch a nerve and help somebody else get through one of the most unbearable, difficult times you can ever live through. Thank you.